everyone, my name is Ginger Franklin and I recently went on a trip to Tennessee. So I'm going to tell you the places that I went and tell you what I thought about them so that if you go to Tennessee, you can decide if you would like to go to those places too. Now, in Tennessee, these places are mostly in the Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg area with the exception of one, which was in Hendersonville, which is just a couple miles, more or less, from Nashville. First, Pigeon Forge has a lot to offer. I didn't really want to go to places like Hollywood Wax Museum, basically because I had already been to the one in Branson, and then I watched a video on the one in Pigeon Forge to see if it was any better or any worse. So I didn't care to see it in real person. In Pigeon Forge, there is this place called Pigeon Forge Snow. And it's a huge building. It is, I think, USA's first indoor snow tubing facility. And so if you like snow tubing and it's not snowing, this is a good place to go for you. They were only selling 30-minute tickets at that time, and of course, you know, your time is literally going while you are being taken up the escalator. So consider that. But it was a lot of fun. I think it was worth it. My grandparents did it, so, it could be debated whether it's for just young people or not. Another place I went to is called the Old Mill, I think. This is really neat, very pretty, especially to look at the Old Mill. You can walk down some steps, very steep steps, and see it on the outside. I think they do give tours. When we were there, they weren't giving tours, though. I don't know if it was because of the day of the week or the time of day or COVID. I don't know what it was, but they were not giving tours at that time. But I think it would be worth it to take a tour because it was really cool. There were just a lot of shops in the area. They had like a cat house with a lot of cat merchandise. That was really cool. And they have, of course, like the Old Mill, the Old Mill restaurant and different Old Mill theme type stuff. But the buildings were really neat, very antique, old-fashioned, old-timey. If you like stuff like that, I love stuff like that, so this was definitely something that was very me. Another thing I did in Pigeon Forge was we went to the island, and this is kind of confusing because it's not actually an island. It's just a large area with a lot of shops around. There's like Margaritaville, it's a restaurant. There's like some other restaurants there. There's like Marketplace where they have some other shops. It's a neat place to go if you like stuff like that. They have a very large Ferris wheel. They have like the water fountain thing in the middle that you can watch with lights and stuff. It's just another tourist attraction. But I think it was cool. If you have a spare evening, you should definitely go walk around. It's great to get exercise. In the island, there is a ride. Well, they have escape games and all types of stuff there. They even have like bumper carts and laser tag, and I think it was laser tag. Oh, mirror maze. They had a mirror maze. But they have this other thing, and it's called, it's another ride, and it's like steampunk style. And it's called Skyfly Soar America. And that was really cool. It was by the same people who made Soaring at Disney World, where you are basically in this ride, or like this, you're supposed to be in this invention, and you're soaring over some of the most beautiful places in America, like Niagara Falls and Utah, Grand Canyon, stuff like that. And you do get a teensy bit wet, just sprayed in the face as you're going like over a lot of water. So it's supposed to like, it's kind of like a virtual reality thing. It's really neat. I think it was really worth it. They have like a gift shop with different steampunk looking stuff. If you've ever been to Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City, it's a lot like that in the way that it's steampunk and the merchandise is a lot alike, and also the ride was built by a father and daughter team. So it was really cool. I think it was worth it. Of course, it just depends on if you like that kind of stuff. Another thing you can do in Pigeon Forge is Dollywood, and we had planned to go there, but that did not happen. In September, apparently the park is closed on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And Thursday is when we plan to go. So before you plan to go there, make sure it is open, like call or whatever, because it literally said online that it was open, and it was not. So, but I've been there years ago when I was in Tennessee when I was really little. Another place you can go if you like to hike and you like outdoor beauty is the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And this was one of the main places I wanted to go because I heard that Christy was filmed there. It was a series filmed in the 1990s, and part of that was filmed in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And I really wanted to see that. However, it was raining that day. So all we did was a scenic drive. It was still really pretty to drive through it, even with the rain. We got to see some bears. So that pretty much wraps it up for Pigeon Forge. I think the Smoky Mountain National Park is somewhere in between Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. I guess it depends on where exactly you go, because I think it's like all over the place. Like it even goes into another state. Gatlinburg, I didn't do much in Gatlinburg because of time. But what I did in Gatlinburg, we walked up and down it with all those shops. So if you want to do souvenir shopping, that's a great place to go. I wanted to go to the Village Shops. It's just kind of a little old-timey looking little village. It's really cute. I wanted to see it. I'd seen it when I was really little, and I wanted to go again and see it now, if time permitted, and it did. So if you like stuff like that, you could go there. Now, other than Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, we also went to 4 other locations that were sort of like in the area, but like about an hour's drive from where we were staying in Pigeon Forge. And the first place was Townsend, and it's just a very quiet, I think it's noted as the quiet, peaceful side of Tennessee. It was a place of interest to me because, again, part of the show Christy was filmed there. So if you're interested in that, I'm actually going to be making a complete whole another video about seeing all the Christy stuff. It'll be up somewhere. You can click on the little button up there to see it. We went to Del Rio, which is where the book Christy, the original novel, was based at, and we saw all of that, and that will also be in this other video I'm going to be making. And Look Rock is in Foothills Parkway. I think it's part of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, but Look Rock it's where you can, there's this platform on this big rock that's like on the side of the mountain, and you can look off at the view. Of course, when we went there, it was kind of early in the day, and there was just a lot of smoke, and you could hardly see anything, but it was still breathtaking. And then in Clinton, I think it is Clinton, Tennessee, it's about an hour and a half from Pigeon Forge, is Museum of Appalachia. Appalachia. It probably depends on where you're from, how you say it. The Museum of Appalachia has a lot to do with the culture of the mountain people. I'm going to say it's not, probably not exactly what the definition is, but it's just a lot of history in that area. And there is a Christy exhibit, and I again will be featuring that in this other video. So those are the things that I did around the Pigeon Forge area, things that I've reviewed. I had a very enjoyable time. It was so much fun. Everything I did was just really a lot of fun. But my absolute favorite thing was going to see a live taping of Huckabee. And I cannot talk about this enough. So I was able to reserve seats to a live taping of Huckabee about a month to 3 weeks in advance. And it's completely free. It was completely free. And when we went there, we got to the building, and there was like, it's called the Huckabee Music Theater. Anyways, it's like the Huckabee Theater. And I thought I was going to pass out because I was so nervous. They said that at that time, Mike Huckabee, Governor Huckabee, whatever you want to call him, he was actually going to have to leave early after the show, so he was doing his meet and greet before the show, so I got to see him before he was actually up on stage and everything. So it was really cool. You go through a lot of security, so please bring as least as possible. Before the showing, this particular time, I guess they do it all the time, they had cupcakes and they had waters. It was really cool. And then there's never a dull moment in the taping. Like, they are always entertaining their guests. They had a comedian who I don't even think they put like on the actual, like, even on YouTube, who just entertained us while there was like a break where everyone was resetting and they were like redoing stuff. They had a comedian who kind of entertained just for the audience. And so it was really cool, and I got to be on TV, on TBN. It was really cool. At the end of the show, they gave everyone a gift. Like, they gave ladies a bag and then men a writing pen, and it wasn't like just really cheap stuff either. It was actually really nice stuff. I mean, I guess they do that all the time, which is really nice. I think it was my favorite thing we did the entire time in Tennessee. It was just a lot of fun. It was so exciting, so exhilarating. Oh, I don't think I've ever been that excited in my entire life. And the entertainment was good, except for Meatloaf, because his music was really loud. But his stories were funny. So I think if you have the chance, you should definitely go see a live taping of Huckabee, because it is so worth it. It was so much fun, and I think you will have a lot of laughs. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you decide some things that you want to do when you go to Tennessee.